possible, but May.
So would Wednesday work better from 6 to 7 or Thursday?
Okay,
so we're recording now. Meeting is officially started.
But we're gonna have to do something. Okay, what about Tuesday? What's he doing in the morning?
In the
Nothing,
morning, so far no.
Okay.
But I do have class from 10 to 7 pretty much.
Who's free at 2 on Tuesdays or Thursdays? Anybody free at 2?
Yeah.
What about 4 o'clock?
No, that's 4. 3 o'clock?
I have class at 3 on Tuesday,
What about 2?
but it's an ACC, so I would have to leave at 2:30.
What about 1? Is anyone got anything at 1?
I get out at 1. I can be here at 1 o'clock. So can anybody make 1?
1 on what day?
Tuesdays. 1
Maybe do
p.m.
1:30 to 2:30.
We can probably do 1:30 to 2:30. So I guess my class is until 2:30.
It's fine with parking at 1:30.
Yeah, to like give an hour for parking, you know, half an hour.
You can always do the research center. That's
Yeah, if you have an hour to get
Can't
here.
make it 1:30.
On Tuesday? I can do 1:30, but that's what we're trying to do. Who can make 1:30 at Tuesday?
I can.
Anytime from 1 to 4 I can make.
Okay.
I can do 1 to 2, or 1 to 2.
I can do 1. And we have, so we got 1, 2, 3, and 1,
If I can find parking.
4.
Yeah, how many people can see?
That's a
always
big
an if, right? There's always an if in parking.
And what times can you make it up
I can make it Mondays after 3,
after 3?
Mondays and Fridays. Most of my classes are on Tuesday or Thursday, so that's fine.
Mondays from 4 to 5:30. So I can make Monday at 3. Anybody make Monday at 3? No, that'd be good. This is where we're gonna have a problem. You said Friday?
It's almost like we tried to do this before and it didn't work out
Yeah.
that well.
Is it to say the exam time? I think 1 to 3 was supposed to be everybody's last time that they're able to do.
No, the schedule that Daniel sent to me, it's pretty much everyone says they're free 10 to 11 on Wednesday. Well, 7 people.
Well, and that's supposed to be a working time.
Well, that's fine, because these lecture sections are going to devolve into everyone working in the lab.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just keep
I
the
don't care.
Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to come in and make it lab hour or class hour. Okay, so that will be the
Mine is both.
Wednesday at 10 works.
Okay, so we're keeping the Wednesday at 10 a.m., the Thursday at 6 to 7, because there's nothing else we can do.
6 to 7:30.
Yeah, so that's gonna have to happen.
And then, so the Wednesday thing should be 10 to 11:30.
Friday,
Friday, 1.
the Friday class. He has one,
Can we move
at 1 p.m., I can't make it till 2 on Fridays, I don't know. Who can make it here on Friday at 2?
I can make it Friday all day,
Okay.
especially after career
I can
fair.
make it at 6.
Friday after noon.
So it's like, can we move it earlier?
John, do you have any input to any of this?
Maybe after, so from like 5 before.
I can't hear you
so
if you're
5 to
saying
6.
anything.
See, then now we're just going again, I don't wanna stay here that late either.
Yeah.
Do a meeting and then do the class and then do that, like it's we want to stay there that late.
I mean, stay there till 7.
Friday I have my class from 11 to 2. We can do before 11, what do you guys think?
No, I can't. Are you saying anything? Yeah, so no, I can't hear you.
Okay,
I think 1 to 2 is fine. If you can't make it.
what about Friday at 4?
Yeah, it says you're not muted
So
anymore,
we can
but
do Friday from 4
Can you
to
hear me?
5 p.m. and
Can
do
now.
a meeting. You think that would work?
Yes,
Can we move our meeting up? Did you need to do that?
That's my last. Okay. 6 hours.
I heard you just
6
now.
hours left.
It's all.
I have my meetings with Dr. Leffer from 9 till 10, so I'll be free from 10 till 1 on Wednesday.
Okay.
They're never that long. The first one's long.
No,
and
it's long because he wanted to pack my vacuum column and he didn't pack it right. So I was building up
You're not supposed to say that, like, yeah, but they do.
He's like, oh, just borrow someone else's. Like, if you would have packed it right, it would have been fine. I would have been out since 2.
So, can most of us make it from 4 to 5 p.m.? And then we can have our 6 o'clock meeting. So we can at least have an hour, y'all can go, whatever, stuff. That works? Okay.
So we're talking about moving the Friday class from
We have Wednesday,
1 to 2:30
Thursday, 6
to 4 to 5. If that makes sense for you, John and Megan.
Can I see it? Like.
I'll go back. Maybe.
Sorry, car's a bit bumpy.
So we can make one of these, whether in the lab doing something, we have Dr. Brett, we can do like a live action class kind of thing. Like we're doing lab working, not actually just sitting here talking about something. Actually, we can make like one as a lab group. Those are all stuff like, since some of you are going to be doing the software program for other.
So that would just be on Fridays still?
What we should have a lab.
So that there's going to be at least 2 lectures, more like 3. One of them is on Wednesday from 10 to 11:30.
All right, I'll be at that one.
Okay. The other one's on Thursday from 6 to 7:30. And then the third one is on Fridays from 4 to 5:30.
All right, I'll for sure make the ones on Wednesdays from 10 to whatever.
Or one on Friday, because that's where.
That's when everybody
Okay.
can come. The lab practical one, I think that's the most important.
Wednesday.
We can do lab practical.
Is that the most important one?
I think so.
The circuit board one only applies to maybe like Rachel,
I
and
need
someone.
to make a circuit board too.
Not the circuit board. I was
Maybe.
thinking
Everyone
vacuum.
should know how.
Yeah.
That can be like the Wednesday at 10 one.
Or
I can just watch that.
We can do the Thursday class too. But with everyone's
We have to do
here,
the Thursday.
we gotta do the most important. So we can do the lab practicum or we can do coding. I say lab
Make that one the
practicum.
morning one. That's the morning one. Yeah. do that
Coding could be Wednesday, because I'm not going to be
Since we'll
I
all
think
be
coding
here,
should be the one that's in the evening because it requires the least physical activity from him.
that's a good point.
And he
The
was saying
circuit
that
board one that won't require any physical activity at all.
if he has to do any circuit board putting together.
No, he's using the design software. He's teaching the software.
Basically AutoCAD.
Okay. Well, I mean, but he's also talking about, I mean, not soldering, I guess specifically, but fabrication. Talking about how to get it fabricated. I don't know if he's going to go over any practices about that, but.
Pretty much just like sending the design layout.
But that would make sense though, so we can do it all together in the lab, have them in there and all that stuff, more hands-on kind of thing, and he can explain to us in there, more than just showing us video anyway.
Move the coding one to the Wednesday morning.
Okay, you want Wednesday morning?
Yeah.
So then this one would be the circuit board.
circuit board. Alright.
Alright, so can it move it 4 to 5:30 on Mondays?
Wednesday from 10 to 11:30.
No, that's
It's
his-
a new
his
time that we
lecture.
picked.
These are the times that he's not available.
Okay.
So I wanted to be sure of that. Okay. Then Wednesday would be at 10 a.m. coding. Yeah, I don't think I'll be up for that anyway. I'll be driving on my way to school with that hour, so.
I guess then everybody.
Most of the evening ones aren't all that great for me, so.
There's only one evening one, so.
Yeah, I mean, even the late afternoon, I'd be attending on Hangout. I can do the Wednesday one.
You can't do 4 to 5 p.m.?
I couldn't today.
Why not?
I was driving. I had another obligation. My dad needed me to send a package. I didn't realize it was going to take an hour to do.
Okay, well,
Wednesdays at 10 a.m.
How are you born?
I mean, it's really important that you keep these times, like Friday evenings, kind of clear for USIP stuff, because that's when most people are available.
Yeah.
Well. I'm like, what?
I don't care, this is just a schedule. There you go. It doesn't matter, this is for Dr. Burns, right? Okay, get that written down somewhere.
Chris, write it in that notebook.
10 a.m. to what?
Or Abdul, write it in that notebook. I don't care who does it.
Yeah,
Erika.
Start a new page, take the notes for this
It's
meeting.
just 10 a.m. till 11, it's gonna be an hour.
I think she ordered it.
That's for other things.
No, it's right here. Bottom, right there.
Yeah.
Just highlight it or something.
Yeah, it is right in black circle. That's what's doing. Okay, so we're all good here.
So that exact thing that's on the board is in that notebook, or not?
In a second.
Okay.
So now we gotta work on our payload.
We're definitely not going to get that done today. We need to set a meeting for that. We should go through what Daniel put together.
All right, Daniel, you're up.
Sending. Wait, we did lab practice?
Lag practice.
Learning the words.
I think it should be technically practica. But
Yes, it should be.
You're the one pretty good. It's just what you said it earlier.
can you not do that now? Can you not do that now? We are meeting right now.
Now you're sending over the list.
He sent out an agenda, so everyone should have the agenda.
People that are Let's pull up the Gantt chart.
So do y'all have, if you're attending online, do you have the Gantt chart? You should have it because Daniel sent it out to everybody.
In that email you just sent us?
Yeah.
The one from this morning.
Yeah, I see it.
Wow, dude, where have you been?
I don't know, I mean, he attached it to the email. I was like,
Like this has always been for Alaska. What?
I have my Gantt chart, although it's not on the Google Drive yet. Do I need to put it up there?
No, there's a Gantt chart for the entire project.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have that too.
no.
I see.
And your copy part.
Yeah.
You should have that. Yes.
On here you have reviewed projects, which is the same thing as going over the payload.
We're EMH will talk about.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Alright, for the main milestones, we still have the sensor phase. Maybe that's something's wrong with us, right?
I mean, I'm still in the sensor phase.
Sensor phase?
What is that?
Like purchasing, building it.
Everyone should.
Yeah, we're in the.
Anyway.
We should be done by that by end of November. And I don't know, like, how do you guys feel about that?
I have mine there with the one with my saying.
I was thinking the beginning of November. I was like, what? Okay. What comes after the sensor phase then?
That's when we start putting everything into payloads. So right now we're working on teams of, so like you're the DEC electric field team, I'm the VLF team.
Yeah.
But after we get these things designed and purchased, then we become payload 1 team, payload 2 team, payload 3 team. Does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody think that's a horrendous idea?
No, that sounds good.
I thought I was done, but I gotta just get a pressure switch, get it bought next week, and I should be done again, ready for testing again.
Are some experiments being flown more than once?
Yes.
So would someone who's on payload 1 team also be on payload 6 team?
Yes.
Yes, you guys. Everyone's gonna be at least on 2 somewhere.
What if your experiment's only being flown once? Why would you be on payload?
Well, then you're gonna be moved to help other people to make sure these get knocked out.
And plus, I plan on having multiple of my experiments made. I plan on having 4.
I don't know why you would fly only once.
Huh?
I don't know why anybody would fly only once.
I don't think I'm flying at all.
If it's Archer, if you use it,
That's the thing. I don't think I'm flying
It's
at all.
unlikely that we're gonna lose.
you know, like TDC.
Yeah, he doesn't want to fly the easier.
Yeah, it's pretty extensive. No, we do that.
So is that like potential Sweden flag?
It's white.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We have a script.
I'm gonna stab you.
You don't like blue, you don't like white.
No, I said everyone can see that color.
Oh, okay.
I was making fun of the fact that it wasn't
Let me pick
blue.
yellow.
And for the some of you guys that went to the Fort Summer flight, I feel like you guys should know more about the global pace and like how you can improve on what we did wrong over there. And that's what Dr. is that we know how to get it right.
Yeah.
Chapter 1, lessons learned.
He was talking about that before you got here, how he wants to go over that when we're in class or something like that, or when we're in lab, and he wants to go over the lessons, or when we start talking about payload and going over it and things like that. And he was telling us like basic batteries or whatnot, but he wants us to narrow it down, so he wants us to set up the radio, and then we can do that, I guess, as a team.
Yeah, it's like, I guess you could use some lab time for the crystal labs.
We can use the lab practice. There you go. Practica.
And he also wants us to be together as a team to try to work out what did go wrong with the batteries and stuff.
And that's kind of a good thing, because we want the software team to look at what could have been wrong. We need the battery team and the relay guy to look at things, yeah, and explain to everyone why you think it is what it is, blah, blah, blah. And then we can go from there. Okay.
Yeah, the payload phase is basically
The mission readiness review.
That's after CDR.
Yes. So there's the preliminary design review, the critical design review, and the mission readiness review. So if you're looking at the Gantt chart, those are some of the major milestones we have on there.
Any days. All right, who's on spectroscope?
Rachel, do we have the template for
Hamza and
Do we have the template for the MRR?
yes, I got one. It should be. I think I put it on Google Drive, but if not, I'll put it up again and then email it out to everybody. But it doesn't really matter until we get the PDR finished.
Yeah, we forgot particle detector. We're not doing that?
Are we doing that particle detector?
Yeah, we're still doing it.
Alright, well, we got the yeah.
Okay,
So that's
all right,
another
go to
team.
Texas.
That's like 10.
Okay.
Well, at least I'm only doing one.
Okay.
Let's make her.
Particle detector, that's also you, Daniel. Great.
And
Okay, who's on PDC? Okay.
Oh, no, we got the Arian and
Not you, yeah. Oh my God, you're such a perfectionist.
Man.
You're like anything I do. Okay. Electric field. Electric field. Who's that?
It's just Chris.
Just Chris. Okay. All right. Who's astrobiology?
Me and Aaron.
Okay.
Well, technically, extreme positive and astrobiology are the
They are the
same thing.
same.
Okay. That's what I want to make sure. All right. There we go. All right. That. Well, that's too easy. Who's Star Trek?
Abdul.
And anybody else with you? This is Rachel Silverman, right?
Where is he, by the way? Somebody call him. I sent him an email at 5:30 saying, "Are you on your way?" And he said yes.
Well, hi.
Too weird. Too weird. That's a good question. Too weird.
Would have been nice. Okay.
It's like, yeah, I'm on my way to home.
So how are you doing on yours? Do you need help, Abdul, or would you like somebody else to help you with
I
it?
think
Or
let's
you-
I call it Hamza volunteered in to help me in the structure.
Okay, Hamza, you're on 1, 2, 3. Can you do it? Oh no, but you're also starting the Arduino just to get it connected to that. So that's another part. I don't think you can do 4. No, that's why we gotta knock that out.
Well, so far, I can try.
For testing,
So far, I
it
got
was
like
not for fun.
all the design.
Arduino.
Talk to doctor.
Zero.
Hey, so would Alex know how to send data to the iPad?
That's
Would Alex know how to send data to the iPad?
No, and that's another thing, guys. We learned the graduate students and Dr. Leffers have not actually been putting things together from scratch. They buy stuff, like how Dr. Leffer is. He likes to buy things from the shop and then they launch them. So when we add, that's where the problem with our U pod came in. We thought asking the graduate students, they knew what they were doing when they gave us the power source and everything else. Come to find out, trusting them was the wrong thing to do. So because they don't know about that stuff, they only know about turning things on they're already purchased and everything else to fly them. They don't know anything about putting anything together. So asking them wasn't the best thing, and that's what we learned. So, bless you. So don't assume they know more than you do, because in Dr. Leffer's field, they don't need to build things from scratch.
So I said it's
Unlike this room over here, we're building things from scratch, so we can't really trust that. So,
That's a doctor.
We can ask him about theory, but we can't ask him about application.
yeah, like you can ask him, but you see, like he doesn't know anything about programming and a lot of that stuff. Like,
No, I'm not talking about programming. Just like where that comes in, how to send.
how to send the data. He doesn't know that either. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So those things, like the iMan and all that stuff, we just buy them and they're compatible already. So the thing is, they never had to learn that stuff. It's just, click it and go. So asking them that, they're not going to know those answers. It was just purchased to do their experiment, and that's it. It wasn't anything that they added to or anything. They bought the software. They bought the system. They bought everything. So we can't ask them that. So you would have to ask somebody else on that one, or email IMED. But like IMED is the one. That's all they gave me. So if you can. You figure it out. But either way, do you want somebody else? You need somebody else with you, Hamza, to help you out.
To help out with what?
To help them testing their Arduino.
So what Dr.
He wants to make the Arduino send
a
the
telemetry team kind of thing? That whole thing, the testing whole thing is a telemetry team.
John, Erika, Hans.
This is just testing for October. He just wants to know if we can make an Arduino send a
Yes,
signal.
and the IMET-R is the radio son that we're flying that will do the telemetry for our experiments. So should the entire telemetry team be under that, is what I'm saying.
Yes and no. I mean, because it's just a simple thing of whatever. He just wants to see if he can make it talk.
No, he
Well, I know
wants
it's not
it to
simple.
talk.
He wants to see if he can make it talk by October.
It is developing the telemetry package for all of our balloons.
Yes, that is going to
So-
be
Should the entire telemetry team be on
I feel like Chris has a point.
Alright, and then who's on the telemetry team again?
John, Erika, Hamza.
Okay, so then we'll be on it with you.
Hamza again.
To me, John.
Hamza's.
Alright. So we can do that.
John, are you okay with that?
Yes,
So one of our major objectives for the next couple months is by October 1st to have an Arduino send data through an iMet and then to a receiver.
alright.
Well, we can have secondary to something else too. He's like Hans is a little everywhere. Or he's one, so that's why he's on BLF, but we can put him on something else
I
too.
just texted him, so he's
Secondary.
walking towards PGA.
You got it.
Why is he so late?
Yeah?
There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, bro.
It's kind of sad.
What's that?
There's a lot of traffic outside, like a lot.
So Chris, how are you doing? Do you need any help with yours to make your deadlines?
Yeah, since Dominic,
I don't
So
quite
you're
know yet.
also doing batteries.
I am the entire battery.
Your batteries. Yeah. So do you need any help with yours so we can add Sticken or somebody else on it? Megan, somebody.
I'll take Megan on my power.
Okay, so
I'm all for that. I'm good with that.
Here you go.
That's already done.
All right,
That's
cool.
been established.
All right, Megan, you're good. You're gonna be working with Chris, and then we're gonna be working on the radio song. That's good. I forgot that.
Awesome.
And I can help you too with like batteries, and, like making the battery packs and stuff.
Yes, we can. Also, ready.
So obviously, helping you put the circuit together is not my thing.
And the latex radio song is medium. So, okay, we know Daniel's close to finished, right? This one's almost done.
I do need to order my.
Well, it's close to testing.
Yeah,
and then
okay,
for
close to the
rebuilding.
testing than everybody else. Is anybody close to testing right now?
I'm not.
You're?
Well, we have a lot of documentation that software, but not those here. The next step is testing.
Okay, so you're in almost to the
It's been on
testing
order for like
phase.
4
We're
months.
still ordering
Reading
parts
the
here.
documentation.
No,
between now
we
and-
need to
We're actually testing.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I already gave you some. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They're not But you're all right, Abdul? Do you need somebody else on your team? So we can put Signer with your team. Signer needs to do a little bit more. So make sure you're done on time. That's why you have the time.
Eventually, there will be deadlines where your payload will have to do a certain thing, and if it can't do it by that thing, then it doesn't go to Alaska.
Yeah, so that's also the thing. We can't make these deadlines and you're not going, or they're not flying. So that's also why we need to know if you need a little bit of help to get to that deadline.
Dr. Brent was talking with me yesterday in our meeting, and he suggested we might need to bring like one more person onto the project.
Yeah, but he's been saying that the entire time we've had the project.
Yeah, but specifically for my experiment.
But
Does
also,
he have someone in mind?
He doesn't have anyone in mind.
do you have anyone in mind?
I have a list of people, but I have to like talk to them.
Okay.
This one.
Why not even work it or
How
not?
small?
But not.
Like, where you
Okay, so then find out so we can get some.
Yeah, we need to know by the end of next week.
Okay. Which one do you think you're gonna weigh the most? Are coming out pretty heavy that we know we're probably.
Mine won't be very heavy. Mine will definitely be less than 1 pound, not including power.
Mine will take up a lot of surface area, but it'll also be quite heavy.
Okay. That's not too bad. That's your-
Spectroscope currently is
Heavy.
heavy and it's gonna be long.
So let's put small, medium, large next to these things. VLF will be small. DC electric field will be small. And when we say small, medium, large, we just mean weight. We're not referring to dimensions.
It's gonna be large.
I'll be large, yeah.
Yours is large. Mine's gonna be large. This will probably be a.
Because I'm gonna be around 2-3 pounds type thing.
Or target medium?
Yeah, and so small is less than 1 pound, medium is less than 2 pounds, large is
The full
greater
6.
than 2 pounds.
I think the limit is 4, right?
So the limit is 6, but then we also have to have telemetry and power in that same
heavy?
No, it's
Okay.
but even if it does fly, it's not gonna be more than 2 pounds.
Medium.
Electric field?
Small, but I'm also not flying.
You're not flying?
Sweet.
Oh. Are you part of the protector?
We might still fly you in Alaska. Do things like test it.
Should be small.
Well, I'm still going, yeah.
If you could get the back,
mean,
if you
fly
get
my
the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so who all is kind of basically having boots on Alaskan ground?
Everyone.
Is anyone not planning on going to Alaska? Physically going to Alaska? Yeah, Diego's probably not, but anybody else?
That's our proposal, right?
Alright.
Megan, John, you're both going to Alaska. Both going to get on a plane and go. Okay. Everyone else here. We're gonna leave you there.
I plan on staying a couple weeks afterwards, actually.
Well, we
That's
do tell them
important,
to,
Well, we are going
to get your flight back
We need
later.
to work that out. So planning on buying on tickets on that.
Alright. Well, the ozone song
And I
with
need
the
to do that
camera,
now.
the only reason I would like this is just to compare ozone data to our.
What's an ozone sign camera?
So,
She wants to put an ozone sign and then just add a camera on the box.
How heavy is the ozone sign?
It's like 5 pounds, 4 pounds.
What did Dr. Lipton?
That's heavy. That's a large thing, and then you're gonna also put a camera on it.
Because I was gonna say we're gonna have at least one camera on the spectroscope, so you could.
So so that could be the
But that
camera.
itself is gonna be at least 2, maybe 3 pounds. So you can't have both on the same balloon.
I think Dr. Brandon expects a camera on there too.
Wait,
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I know he didn't want
he
it.
does, but that might not be possible.
Okay.
As far as we don't even have that camera.
The only reason I would like the ozone sign is just for comparative data, but that doesn't have to happen. I can even also keep it on the ground.
Surprise, surprise! These mythical free cameras haven't shown up yet after a year and a half.
So
We're gonna be waiting for the cameras in the
camera.
last.
Who decided?
This is a thing that Dr. Bering and Megan got together and talked about.
It was
But I mean, worst comes to
Yeah.
worst, I mean,
I didn't even realize we were going to end up talking about that until he said something, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's written on the board. I was moving the camera towards the board, but you can't read the stuff that's written on it anyway, so.
I just like the ozone sign for that fact, just compare data, but we really don't need this. We really don't, and that's a package that we can add last. Don't have to build.
So
it
is the
with it,
2-pod gonna do ozone?
Yes. That's
How
the only
heavy-
reason would be comparative data. That's about it.
So we would have to launch 2 of them at the same time then.
What's your race?
Well, then we can think about something like that.
What are we doing right now?
Oh no.
I don't know what Erika just started talking
We're just talking about where we're at. I mean, I don't even know.
So we have a
That's
whole
part of the
list of
Gantt chart.
things. Okay, I guess. Okay.
Well, it was also part of the payloads that we were talking about because we need to find out what payloads we have, who is working on them.
So we have experiments. So in terms of terminology, this is how I've been talking about it, and this is how Dr. Bering will be talking about it, is experiments are things like spectroscope, extremophile, 2-pod, and payloads are any combination of these experiments that get tied onto a single balloon. 7 for now, but yeah.
They're actually.
Because we're not having any, zero pressure balloons in Alaska. We're only having, right now we have at least 7 latex balloons in Alaska. Well, 7 latex payloads, and then we might get, I think we're getting 14 balloons because we're planning to fly at least everything twice.
So what if we just like have payloads be able to like move around so you can have like more instead of payloads?
But that's what we need to know too, so we can
do you
combine
mean?
them.
Like okay, like instead of like fixing a payload, are they able to adapt or switch out experiments?
And then you have to do connection testing every time you switch things out. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it is more
I'm not saying
difficult.
for every single payload, maybe 2.
Like which 2?
Like I
Like we have to have a reason to do it. I'm saying is like if we come across something and we're like, it would be cool
we
if we
already
could
have
switch
3
these
large.
things out.
See, we could do
Large
these two
experiments.
together all
I
day.
know what you're saying.
Have it
Okay, what I'm
storing
saying is if
on
we
an
have
SD.
7 experiments, 14 balloons, we can just do one experiment at a time.
But that's not what we're trying to do.
I mean, we can put just one experiment on one balloon and fly it 2 times.
But that's not what we're trying to
That's
do. We're trying to take different types of data at the same time so we can compare them, and we're trying to make packages that we could be like, oh, you want to look at this particular phenomenon? Well, then here you put this together and you go put it on a balloon and you get information about this phenomenon, both
Yeah, I
from the
get that,
electric
but
field
are you
data
gonna-
side, from the VLS data side, and then from the CEC side.
Are you going to compare, say, VLF to TC?
Oh,
There's science that does that.
no, that's probably just a
Yes. I don't know if those particular 3 things communicate to each other, but there's science that relate all of these things to each other. Or at least some number of these
Send
things.
that to.
I'm just saying that because like
Oh, it comes
it's on the way.
Oh, okay, okay, here we go.
But if you don't have a problem, it's not no problem. You shouldn't.
Okay.
Well, this latex reading line can go with a lot of these, especially because of the.
My laptop might be shutting down.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Involuntarily.
But it's a rated.
Did we lose them? John, did we lose them or something?
Amazing.
Are they frozen on your screen too?
Yes, there.
Okay.
I think her laptop went out probably.
Whoopsie. Okay.
Guess we'll just wait.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be able to make it this Monday at 12?
Yes. Oh, 12, I might be a little late, but hopefully not too late.
Alright, because we're going to go through what we're going to try to start to, like, actually do this semester. So,
And do things and give each other tasks and stuff.
yeah, just, like, try to organize our, like, payload and all that, our experiments.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Erika and I worked on the radio song some today.
Cool.
Well, we worked on designing the radio song some today.
Nice. So yeah, just if you have any like questions or anything you want to work on, and we'll talk about that on Monday.
Okay, cool. Is their laptop break or?
So it doesn't matter.
There you are!
Yeah, sorry about that. My computer overheated. Shut down.
Oh, crap, that can't be good.
That's the truth.
Listening to me?
Yeah.
And I was like, don't get afraid, he quit.
He got lost listening to PG.
He got all like mad as a chicken there.
Well, Daniel's here too.
I think he's lying. I think he can get out.
That's the worst line.
So that he
I'm lost on campus.
Yeah, bro.
It would take that long to walk
He literally told me where he was in a specific point in time, or where he's supposed to be at a specific point, so I can calculate an average velocity. I'm like, really, you walk 6 inches every 5 minutes?
You're
Okay.
messing with the wrong people.
So yeah, so Kendra's still not here. We're making fun of him.
At least ask him to get on.
Alright, so are we gonna have a meeting? Because I would rather just go home if we're gonna start having social talk time.
So we're basically done with the body.
Okay, so we're done with the first part of the 3-part thing we wanted to talk about. That's great. Now to the rest of the agenda. I'm not even sure what we accomplished with the Gantt chart discussion.
Okay, wait. Those scan circles.
Well, yeah, that's the first step.
So who came in for their actual lab hours this week? I didn't.
Pretty much.
I didn't run it down.
Yeah. It's important that you write them down. It's important that you make notes in your lab notebook.
I guess if I make it a routine, it's like it's hard to throw something in the middle. Really want to use a routine. So trying to figure.
Yeah, so they need to be there during the times that you sent out on that thing. But we also haven't sent that out yet. We just talked about it with them individually.
What is it?
That's the simple stuff. Come in and make progress. You sit around and you're like, oh my god, I'm so bored. I guess I'll do some actual work.
Do a little bit of research. Get a little bit, even if it's an hour, just getting some data every day. We're getting
Yeah, that's how progress is made. People get bored. They're like, man, I wonder what happens when I tinker this. And it makes sense. That's how it works for me.
Yeah, that's how it works for me.
Well, you guys, they want some of this stuff starting our testing by October 15th, around there, or October 10th. So, that gives us a month, maybe. Yeah, that gives us a month. So that gives you guys a month to coming in and getting some of it started or mostly done, so we can be close. Because if you guys don't finish, you're not gonna fly. And if you don't fly, you might not get it.
Yeah,
Point being.
For you guys online, we are looking at the agenda right now, and we're discussing the how do we achieve Gantt chart goals. That's the item we're looking at. Apparently, the main point that everybody's making right now is that how do you achieve your Gantt chart goals? You come into the lab. So that's been a problem that we've been having, but it needs to be a problem that stops. So we're gonna start having a definite, and people are gonna be checking on you that you're in your lab times when you're supposed to.
Sounds good.
You guys sent to that goal. Those hours. Everything is all out of hours.
Okay, well,
October 10th is a testing deadline for people.
get ready to start testing.
It's not like it has been well defined.
So that we can see if it's working or not. So by December,
My portion, nothing on my chart will be ready for testing by that.
Why is that?
Mainly, I've got the circuit board.
People on your team
And
Build a circuit board in 2 months.
October 10th, that's 1 month. Like,
Maybe it's 1 month. Okay, yeah, 1 month. You
that's
can't do
like
that in 1
3
month?
weeks, kind of. 3-4 weeks. I don't think I can do that, no. It's not everything else. I have to order all the parts.
Field stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
And power stuff comes once everything's working. Right now, we power things with power supplies, not with batteries.
Well, yeah, so when it comes to power team stuff, it also means the connectors and wires that connect to the power source.
No, the individual team members are in charge of that. Like, if you can't figure out how to connect your device to a power supply, that's your problem. You can ask Chris for help. He's confiscating our bubble wrap now.
good job.
Okay, sorry for that annoying popping for people listening online.
Okay, so don't be so focused on the power supply, alright?
I mean, like,
we'll be more on our own with that on our team, so we should worry about that. So, I mean, I think everyone kind of already got the idea how to make batteries and put it in.
Well, nobody should be messing with batteries for the most part.
Yeah, that's true.
Not messing with power supplies.
I think with the lab, with Dr. Ben, this problem we can solve. And then until we get out of the perfect phase, we can apply those things together. Get back to the power team, software team.
Do you have a Gantt chart for your thingamabob?
Yeah, I have it. They're there.
Can you
Well, not with me. I don't have it.
bring it sometime?
Yeah.
We
So
can
then-
go
I went
over
over it
it.
with Dr. Barron, and he said it was okay. We need to make a few changes, add more things.
Yeah, but I can't tell if he can actually read, so I would like to have a separate discussion with you about it.
Chris, get with Megan so she can start helping you more on your electric field to speed up the time. Because we're also working on a circuit board, so I mean.
I don't know if Megan can help with the electric field. I know she can help with the power system.
She can't.
No?
No,
Okay,
she
we
needs to know the science behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I'm 100% on either.
Well, first send that spreadsheet so we can start giving you power requirements and all that stuff. Or at
I
least
think
put it
that's
on
more
page.
theory than practice.
What happened?
On electric field or electric field?
Where were you at 5:30?
Everyone.
Like,
Electric theory.
I mean, like, I was on my way over here.
It took you an hour and 15 minutes.
I was finishing up stuff, and then
Was it due like in an hour? Was it due at 6? They're mandatory. Please be here on time.
That's fine, dude. That's fine.
I don't want to lie, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay.
Okay, so we were thinking that you might be able to help go with the star tracker.
For sure, I actually talked to him about it. He told me about it.
Aaron,
Okay.
how good are you at electrical dynamic safety?
Okay.
So
So you're gonna
that's
start
something
talking
you
about
software
this, so we can knock things out on time. So we have
Okay.
we want to start testing
We
biopsies.
don't need
Okay.
For what?
So we would like
Making circuits?
to help everybody speed up, so we're
circuit
also
simulations.
putting everybody set these slides.
Schematics you can do with pen and
Okay.
paper.
So,
People have been doing that for
We
hundreds of years.
have it here, and then we have to.
If you don't know circuitry, you can't really do that. That's something electrical engineers and physicists know. Maybe a little bit of mechanical engineering.
So
Yeah.
learning how to use cadence won't help.
That's exactly what I was doing.
No, if you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't know.
Well, I think we have a good
What if
idea.
it's
I think he's
of
probably
what
as good as you are.
So one, bro. First slide.
And what's the software based on?
Front slides.
I think. Do you know what a resistor looks like on a schematic?
We have to
I
do
think
it
I do, but I'm not
because we don't
supposed
even exactly. We're all guessing right now. We're like, okay,
No.
what is what might have been, what might have
That's
been,
how
we
it,
have to
okay,
get
not
back.
the curved one,
It's a
because
zigzag
that's
line.
an inductor. It's the ones that are triangles.
Zigzag line.
Alright,
Alright, does anybody have a status?
Oh yeah, okay,
Have
that
anybody
one.
done anything in the past week?
I need to make,
I just had a meeting with Dr. Baring, and I talked about different antenna designs that
because I
we
need
can
to
go
make
through.
electrical.
And so, like, so we're looking at an air core loop antenna, and I went over a bunch of the different things that could go wrong. Like, we could fly over somebody who's already transmitting VLF waves, and then that would be bad because we wouldn't be measuring natural ones. We'd be measuring ones coming from a transmitter, and then we could have the thermal noise, but that apparently won't be very much of a problem. And we could also have the high high frequency inductance. So like I'm picking up a high frequency signal, but then somehow it shows up in my low frequency data because of capacitive coupling. So I learned a little bit about that. And from here, I should be able to put together an antenna, and then once I have the antenna, I can start building the circuit. And then that's when I can start listening to things.
Electrocative coupling, but that basically just means electrical.
That is reflecting the sensors to the computer. We have it talking now to start calibrating and seeing if the sensors are working in real time with some of the quickest productions.
I took apart the so that we had back from August 2nd, which Dr. No, don't do that. So I had to put it back together and realized we are missing a few things in the lab just from the August 2nd flight. And a lot of that stuff will anyway, so I'm putting orders for new stuff, and I need it. If you guys have equipment that you need to be ordered, now is the time to send it.
I should have some BB25 on my desk.
You bought a whole bag of mail. Okay, it's not important. Anyway.
Both mail and people.
Okay.
Okay, well check him out before you order twice. Okay, that's all he's telling you. All right, Daniel, go.
Alright, so basically, I've just been told by Dr. Varian that my first switch that I did show him yesterday might work, so I am going to make an order for him. And once that shows that it works, then I will make a dynamic and start the thermal and pressure test. So, fire that out.
Okay, together, right?
We're celebrating the fact that you got
Okay, yeah, that's right. So you guys got your receiver in this week finally. That's good.
Your hair.
Now,
Turn it on and learn how it works.
okay.
We didn't have the actual use it.
Yeah.
Manuals. There's nothing. We've got the manuals, but there's no way to.
All right, so now next step, building it, right? Building phase. What about you? Bill?
Yeah, I looked at it, I got the Raspberry Pi and everything, it looked all good and set, it's just, I'm missing the wires and cables. I have it at home, like, I forgot to bring it out, I'll bring it up, and that's pretty much it. I can't run it right now, because I don't have the cables, just Raspberry Pi in the box.
Okay, remember about building cables, you might just have to build them, and Dr. Barron will be the one to help you. Yeah.
Those cables?
Is it like what, USB to micro?
USB and, yeah, USB and to.
Well, that's why we're not with NASA anyway, so we should be able to use it.
Yeah,
Just make sure the current draw's correct and stuff like that. Yes, we learned the hard way. All right, yeah, no, each go.
For fire detector, actually, texted Hansa.
Yeah,
Days ago.
yeah. Did you download it?
Yeah, I did, and it read, but I didn't actually interpret it. And I need to be with Dr. Barry to do unit conversions. Some of like such ridiculous graphs and
What is this that you're talking about?
it's NASA's proposed data for low energies for
particle detector?
Yeah, for the particle detector. And this never existed for us in Google, so we have to ask NASA.
Oh shit.
NASA's kind of just threw shit out of us, and we're like, okay, hopefully this will work. And I also probably need sometimes of the MATLAB Simpson tool. That's what we talked about once, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. It's
You can do it on Excel too.
Thank you.
Don't do it in Excel, do it in MATLAB. No.
The thing is, the Simpson rule is just a function. It's not, but there's constants that change every step, so I don't think the Simpson rule will work. So I don't know. We'll see.
Isn't it Samsung?
So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Method of determining intervals.
That's the
Try
same.
the other dresses.
there's three Simpson rules. You have to take this 3A Simpson rule, third
Yeah.
Simpson rule.
Another stuff like that. Okay. Secondary.
That's it for particle detector.
What you doing?
Well, I've been doing self-study,
I don't remember.
Okay.
but I'm ready to help
All right.
So
with
like computer science. I can help coding, and I can help Rachel. Me and Rachel communicate.
If I send you the thing about my Honeywell sensor, do you mind looking up, seeing if there's any code to it or anything?
Yeah, send me an email.
Okay.
So we're trying to have like people come in the lab so you can actually work with them face to face. Okay. And those are your two projects you work with, Star Tracker and ELF. So get to know Rachel and Abdul.
And yeah, you need to be coming in more often, more in the week. We have the date by October 10th, so this is crunch time right now. We have a month, so you need to get in touch with them and come also. Are you enrolled in the classes?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you're not really stressed with the conference. Okay. We'll just say if it's not part of your grade, but just make sure you're coming to the labs. So you can get your credit. Make sure you're coming to help them because we need to get these done. And I guess that would be it, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about everything.
Starting next week, we're gonna have written work of just what you're gonna do for next week. You get me? Like next Friday, you guys can hand me what you guys gonna do for next week.
So we did these status reports, and then instead of verbally saying our status reports,
You want us to write it down.
right, and then give it.
Okay.
All I really want is what you're gonna do the next week, and I'm gonna have those with me every Friday. I'm gonna ask you, did you do this?
Okay.
Does everybody online know that? Can hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
What you're gonna do for the next week? This is what my goal is. This is my goal list, and then I gotta check.
Hard copy or email?
Hard copy.
That is, you know, where we're at.
You know what? Just
So
email
you
it.
have to come into the damn lab.
Yeah, hard copy. Anyway, come on. I'll leave a folder for you guys.
Come in, alright, guys, everybody come in, so start coming in for this last month, because we need to make sure we go, or if not, you're not going, and that might affect your grade, or your project status, or your senior project, or whatever it is, and you don't complete it.
So do you want us to give you one, like, either today or Monday? For next?
Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
So everybody write what I'm gonna do this hard paper copy with your date and name and project on it for Daniel Hermosillo to find in the lab.
I thought that's what Gantt chart was for. Like,
The Gantt chart was also for
The
Dr.
Gantt chart
Barry.
is more for a junior review, but I want me to
like
make goals.
Yeah, we're hitting our goals on our Gantt chart.
Everyone's packing up, so I'm gonna pack up too.
Alright, you guys, I think we
Not that means we did everything we needed to do, but looks like everyone's out of juice.
So what did we not do?
We did. I mean, we at least know what our payloads are now, who's on it.
You don't know what our payloads are. You know what our experiments are.
I said sort of. We have our project, experiments.
I know that I'm gonna be
Put it
in.
together.
I know I'm gonna be in at least 4 paylists.
Alright, guys.
You're gonna make 4 copies?
I have one that I'm making right now, and then 3 others that I plan. If I can
Alright,
make one-
guys, does anybody online have any questions? Is there anything that you didn't hear?
No, we got it.
We're good.
Alright, great, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Good.
And then plus I also got a barometer sensor and a lighting relay just in case that pressure switch doesn't work. I have that covered, so I'll try to send you everything.
Alright.
And then